The racist liberals are making me do this. Oh my God. Is it Monday yet? There's a video floating around YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. It's everywhere. It's not that long. It's like 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Took place in Philadelphia. If you know anything about Philadelphia, I've been there many times. It's a shit city. They call it the city of brotherly love. Go figure. So two black brothers, well, let's just call it the way I see it. Anyway, there's two black guys. It doesn't matter what color they are, but since the liberal racists want to throw racism into it, so I got to dumb down to the level. So two guys, black, walk inside of a Starbucks. They didn't order anything. The manager kicks them out, or attempts to. The cops are called, and they're arrested for trespassing. They were supposedly meeting a friend. Found out these two guys were real estate brokers or real estate agents or whatever the hell they were. So their white friend comes in and meets them, and as they're getting handcuffed and hauled off to jail. The video is like 15, 20 seconds long. It's not that long. I'm sorry, you racist left. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm 36 years old almost. And as long as I've been on planet Earth, when I go into a business and I just sit down and don't order anything, they have the right to tell me to leave. Most businesses I go into, especially these mom and pop family owned businesses, they have a sign that says, "We have the right to refuse anybody for any reason." Unless, of course, if you're Muslim or gay. Unless, of course, if you're gay and you're getting a damn gay cake baked at a Christian bakery, then that's crime discrimination. I'm just joking. But anyway, you know how it is. But anyway, I believe in free market. I don't like Starbucks. I boycotted those assholes a long time ago. I can finally agree with liberals on something, you know. I boycotted Starbucks when they did the anti-gun shit, when the CEO came up and says, "I hate conservatives I don't want conservatives or Trump supporters or those that support traditional marriage only, like me, inside my coffee shop." That's when I boycotted Starbucks. Long time ago. Won't spend a penny there. Liberals, it takes them to racism, or their version of it, to get them to boycott it. So now that conservatives and liberals are boycotting the same thing, I expect Starbucks to fall under like Toys R Us. Like Montgomery Awards, like Circuit City, like Blockbuster, like Farmer Jack. Grocery store chain out there called Farmer Jack, by the way. Not Farmer Jack as in TTC, A-Bomb's friend. There's actually a grocery store chain called Farmer Jack in Michigan. They fell under. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. That's what I expect now. What's going to keep Starbucks alive now? I don't know. Probably an Obama bailout. But anyway, the video, let me not get sidetracked. Let me cut back to the chase. There was a video last month of a white homeless guy. Bum, homeless guy, same shit. I don't care. Call me judgmental. Call me what you want. It's the same shit. Homelessness. Because most of these homeless guys, they just want crack. They want money for crack. They want money for booze. They want money for prostitutes. They want money for pot. They want money for cocaine. They want money for methamphetamine. They want money for, they don't give a shit about food. They don't want to work. They're fucked up on drugs. Bum, homeless, whatever. Last month, inside of a McDonald's in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, a black manager kicked out a white homeless guy. Keep in mind, if you've been around these homeless guys, I've been around them. I used to drive a taxi in Phoenix, Arizona at nighttime. I picked some of them up. They smell like shit. They smell like skunk. They're drunk. They're junk. They look like junk. Whatever. I don't want to be around them. I don't want to associate with them. They're bums. I don't want that shit in my restaurant. Take a shower first, then come in my breath. They can go to a truck stop, take a shower. They can go to a homeless shelter, take a shower. They don't want to do that. They'd rather be a skunk bumming money. So anyway, black manager kicks out white homeless guy out of a McDonald's in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina last month. Video got 42 million views on YouTube. Not one bit of racism was cried. Not one. Vice versa. Two black guys walk inside of a Starbucks. Cops get called because they didn't order anything. They refused to, that's called loitering right there. Now when you refuse to leave, that's called trespassing. Take their ass to jail. You're going inside Starbucks, you're waiting for a friend, okay, go order a coffee. Go order whatever the fuck they call the damn things. McCafe, La Grande, fucking shit, piece of shit drink. Whatever. First off, I'm not going to meet anybody inside of a Starbucks. When I was 22 years old, I called this phone number in the newspaper. Back then, you actually had newspapers. I was looking for a job. I found a good job, what I thought was a good job. I called the phone number, and the interviewer says, well, they interviewed me on the phone, and be like, oh, I like the way you talk. Come meet me in person at this address. I didn't know what this address was. So at the time, I lived in the suburbs of Detroit. So I drive down to Southfield. Southfield is a city in Detroit area. So I drive down to Southfield. I think it was like 9 Mile and Telegraph or whatever the hell it was. No, it was 12 Mile and Telegraph, I think it was. Something like that. 11 Mile and Telegraph? Somewhere. No, maybe it was Southfield Road. That's what it was. It was 12 Mile and Southfield Road, I think. So anyway, I get down there, and I'm looking for this address. He didn't tell me what it was, the address was. So I'm looking at the address. It's a Starbucks. I immediately did a U-turn in the parking lot and took off. He calls me on the phone. Well, you're late for your interview. I hung up the phone. I'm not going to meet you at a fucking Starbucks. Period. I don't want the job. Whatever the job was. I don't give a shit. I have not stepped inside of a Starbucks since I was like fucking 21. 14 fucking years. I don't care for the liberalism. I tried it once. My brain was almost exploding from the fucking liberalism conversations I was hearing. I'm like, oh my God. I thought I was going to get a fucking migraine and fucking pass out on the fucking floor from listening to that shit. I had to get the fuck out of there. So rule number 1, they did wrong. Going to a Starbucks in the first place. Rule number 2, they did wrong. They didn't order anything. Rule number 3, they were asked to leave. Well, hold on a second. The video is only 20 seconds. So I don't know if they're asked to leave or not. I'm assuming they are, where they were. Or maybe somebody just called the cops and said, hey, we got 2 black guys there. Maybe the manager was racist. But that doesn't change the fact they walked inside of a Starbucks. That's their first crime. Their second crime was they didn't order anything when walking into a business. That's called loitering. That's their second crime. So 2 crimes committed right there. Take their ass to jail. If I go into an establishment and I don't order anything, they're probably going to tell me to leave. If I refuse to leave, that's called trespassing. That's not racist. That's the way it is. It's a free market. Loitering is a crime. What do you think loitering is? But then the liberals want to bring racists into it because they're a black. I mean, you had a fucking asshole in Brooklyn last week pointing a pipe at people on the street, acting like it was a gun. It looked like a fucking gun. You couldn't tell. So he pointed at the cops. The cops thought it was a gun. They shot him dead. Justified. And liberals were calling that racist. And then that Linda Sour shithead, you know, what the fuck's her name? Linda fucking, that Muslim. Linda Sowers, whatever the freak her name. Native from Brooklyn. That Muslim that likes to get, you know who she is. That Linda, whatever the hell her name, Sour, whatever the hell. Muslim that likes to get involved with, she's famous for getting involved with political shit. That's all she does. That's how she got her fame. She's been arrested 4 or 5 times for blocking streets and shit. Her fucking Linda Sheethead Sourhead, whatever the fuck her name, had to get involved. This is how dumb liberals are. You got a guy pointing a weapon at people on a street. You know, whenever these things happen with these racist things and they end up getting arrested, there's always one thing in common. It always comes down to these idiots. Why is it that every time one of these assholes get arrested by the cops and liberals cry racist, why is it always come down to these idiots? It always comes down to, I always find out that these idiots were in the commission of committing a felony or in the commission of breaking the law. Eric Gardner was selling burnt CDs. That's federal offense. No, Anton Sterling was selling the burnt CDs, okay? That's a federal offense. He had a gun. He was a convicted child molester, sex offender, pedophile. He wasn't supposed to have a gun in the first place. That was Anton Sterling, right? Yeah, New Orleans or Louisiana, Baton Rouge, whatever. Eric Gardner was selling illegal cigarettes. Committing tax fraud. That's another felony. Trayvon Martin, trying to break into houses, grabbing a security guard's gun. Michael Brown robbed a liquor store, trying to grab a cop's gun. Tamir Rice pointed a gun at the cops. Freddie Gray running from the cops. Walter Scott running from the cops. Every damn time one of these assholes gets shot by the cops or arrested, they're in the commission of committing a felony or misdemeanor. Liberals. God. They still don't get it. That's why we call them liberals. Because they're stupid. They got Linda Sour shithead, Muslim, speaking for them. What is she famous for? Being a fucking race baiter. What is Sean King famous for? Being a fucking race baiter. He's white. He hates his own race. As long as you got people like Linda Sour shithead and Sean Racist King from Kentucky, as long as you got those two idiots should get married. Those two are a match made in heaven. Or as, you know, the pedophile paradise of Allah called, what's that Islamic paradise? I don't know. It's called, 72 virgins, whatever the fuck that paradise is called. Those two are a match made in the Allah paradise, and those two are a match made in heaven. As long as we got those two idiots still roaming planet Earth, race relations will always be a problem. According to liberals. No matter what kind of crime is being committed. You know that's a fact.